Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Hopefully, I'm not going to be here for a long time. Channel update. As you can tell from my channel, I'm still doing SkullKlown videos, like seasoned SkullKlown videos. So I was going to start at season 19, but I decided to just keep going. And if you look at season 19, I've added a few videos to season 19's playlist as a like bonus shit. So I've always done that, adding bonus videos to the season because sometimes I like to do that. But so season 20 is already here. So look at that. Let's keep going. And I know my subscriber count has been going up. Thank you guys for that. Thank you and all that stuff. I do want to mention a little bit of the spiritual stuff, but I'm not gonna get too deep into it because that's not what this channel is about. My other channel is, but I'll say this right now: the Anunnaki brothers and sisters are already here. They're already here, kicking ass. It's only a matter of time until this realm that we are on, we start seeing shit. And it's only a matter of time until technology is shut down. I'm letting you guys know that right now. Alright? Seriously. This is supposed to happen anyways. A big global reset, basically. And they're gonna and look, these elites are gonna try to do anything possible for you to be stuck in a loop. And I'm talking about to my Carbon folk, to my Carbon family. Um, so, anyways, going back. So, I am planning to play Final Fantasy Pixels. I was looking at it to see how much it was. The whole thing, $80, $80 for the whole package. Good God, Square. Good God, Square. Now, I still might get it, the whole full price, mainly because, well, you know, I might get the digital copy for the PlayStation. I might get the physical copy for the Switch. So I might just do that, you know. But I might get the Switch later on. The Switch physical later on because I don't want to get it back to back. Oh God, that'd be even more money that I don't even have to spend. I could just wait until when I get paid next time, you know. But anything else I could talk about too. The reason I mentioned that spiritual stuff is because I want my subscribers to know my subscribers that are Afro eccentric, or if you have Afro families, other Afro families, basically, you should tell them. I mean, look, if they're not conscious with themselves, don't even say anything. Let the sleepers sleep. Literally, let them sleep. Seriously, because they're not gonna listen to you regardless. Just let them do their thing. Seriously, because look, things around here, people are just not going to listen to because people are their own people. You can literally be like, look, this is what's happening. It's right in front of you, but they don't want to see it because they're blind or they're ignorant. But let's just say the ignorant people are not going to make it. That's really it. But let's continue on with other things right now. Um, what else would you like me to do, guys? Because I know there's a few movies like the like the Cube movie. I know a lot of people been wanting me to talk about that for a long time, and I'm sorry I never got to that. There's so many things I still haven't got to that I would love to get to, but obviously I'm just one person in this channel. I was thinking about having multiple people on this channel, you know, but obviously I'm the face of this channel. That's what you came here to see. You didn't came in to see, like, for example, if I put my sister here, you know, maybe one day I will do something like that. Might announce it or something, but if not, then not. It's just something that I always wanted to do. But hey, if I never do it, that's fine. Because I always like to have videos come out so I can just, do other stuff. But I tell you what I used to do. What I used to do back then is usually make videos and then make other videos, upload them, and then wait till a certain time for me to upload them. I haven't done that shit in a long fucking time. really. But uh, other than that, um, I want you guys to obviously pay attention to what's around you right now because there's a lot of shit that is happening. But other than that, too, just enjoy your life. Enjoy your life and shit like that. Be humble and all that shit. And I'll eventually will get to the Kingdom Hearts live streams again. Not live streams. I'm sorry. The Kingdom Hearts Let's Play. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm just been focused on World of Final Fantasy, which I will continue on doing. I don't know if I'm going to do New Game Plus. Like, I mean, I would do it, but I don't know if I'm going to upload the videos because if they're going to show me the same thing, then obviously I'm not gonna show you it. Especially if it had different monsters, I still wouldn't show you it anyways because the story's still the same. It's just that with New Game Plus, you're just doing something to get a secret ending. You know, so there is that. Um, what else could I talk about? Oh, that's right. The new King Kong, the new Godzilla and King Kong movie trailer came out. Now I made a video reacting to it, not reacting to it, but giving my thoughts about it. And somebody commented. I appreciate your comment because it's true what you said. The Even I thought about it too. Even when I even saw the trailer the first time, and I showed my friend, me and him were discussing that the trailer looks so much CGI. It looks kind of fake. It looks like someone else made it. Um, and apparently Warner Brothers knew that because they made another trailer that was even more confusing, in my opinion. Look, the new Godzilla and Kong trailer looks dope, but there are some scenes that I'm looking at in that trailer that I'm just like, why does this look like some scenes from 2014 that you took from that Godzilla movie and added here and just added new scenes? Like the plane falling from the sky and shit like that? Who's that? It can't be Kong or Godzilla doing that. It has to be someone that's flying, right? I mean, Godzilla is a huge guy. We have seen planes fall down and shit like that, but that's the thing. We mostly saw that from the Mutos, not from Godzilla. You know. So is Martha going to be in this movie? I don't know. Maybe another monster, a new monster. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But there is a con. There's another con, which I've always thought. There's many things that I thought of when I was watching that trailer. Me and my friend thought about it too. Some people think that the new con is being controlled. Me and my friend completely squashed that. We were like, nah. Either this con has powers because he's been in the Hollow Earth for a while, or this is what I thought of. It's Mechanicon. Mechanicon. Most people are like, what? If you don't know who Mechanicon is, basically it's Toho's versions of Mega King Kong. That's what it is. Mechanicon is basically a mecha version of King Kong. That's what Mechanicon is. It's funny that he's called Mechanicon. I thought, I always thought that was adorable. Oh, you don't call him King Kong. You just call him you know, you just call him by that nickname. It's just Mechanicon. I think that's adorable. But you can't take that seriously sometimes. Especially if you try to make Khan, especially the robot Khan, fearless. Um, but I think the new Khan is a robot Khan. That's a very ancient robot that has been fighting with Godzilla. But hey, going back, it could be just an ancient Khan that has been fighting these Godzillas for years, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Either way, if it's just a new Khan, awesome. If it's a Khan that has superpowers because he's been in the Hollow Earth, awesome. And if it's Mechanicon, awesome. Those are the three things I'm up for. I don't mind. As a Godzilla fan, hell yeah, let's do it. Seriously, you know? The only thing I would deny is that this Khan is controlled by somebody. No, no. I would squash that shit a whole bunch of times. And if it's true when the movie does come out, when when it's rumored to be like, yeah, that's it. That's stupid. That's just stupid, you know. But the reason sometimes I might not talk about some of these games or movies, guys, is because again, going back in a spiritual enlightenment way, this shit is over. I just told you our brothers and sisters are already here. The ones that are carbon, tall as fuck, like Nephilim tall. They're here. They're here. And people gonna be so fucking confused, being like, wait a minute, why are these tall beings there if the atmosphere will crush them? Yeah. You see, now you're gonna realize the lies that these motherfuckers have been talking about. Because this is a realm that we live in, but outside of the ice capsules, outside of the ice realm, the ice outside of Antarctica, there's more lands and water and all that shit. And over those lands and waters, there's creatures, there's people that already flying and everything like that. But in this realm, it's not. Why? Because because the wicked ones that are in this realm are making sure that does not happen. And yes, it's a realm. It's a realm. And some people are not gonna figure that out because some people out here still think the water's flat. I don't know. Okay, go ahead, think that. But I guarantee you, once you see this shit go down, you're gonna be fucking confused and be like, "Oh shit," you know. Um, but it's gonna be crazy. It is. It's gonna be crazy, guys. It is. Look, they're trying to push this metaverse, and that's why they want to push the VR headset things for the PlayStation and all that stuff. I even told myself a long time ago, if they want to push this VR stuff, they should bundle it with the PlayStation. But obviously, you and I know in a spiritual way, you and I know that's not a good idea. But if you know how these wicked ones, if you know how bad people, not bad people, if you know how wicked people work, you would know that they'll probably would do that. But you and I know a VR headset is literally a console itself, you know. So obviously, there's these video game programmers, especially the ones that don't make it. It's just they hire people that make it. They know that they can't bundle it with another system. There's two systems in one. Why would they do that? You know, they won't do that. They won't do that. Who knows? Maybe if they're fucking desperate, they will. But the thing is, why isn't the PS5 bundle with the VR headset if they really want to get that out there? There's already rumors of the PlayStation 6. And some people still around here think that, oh, that's just la di da. No, they're actually talking about the PlayStation 6. It's wild. It really is. Why they talk about the PlayStation 6 is because technology is advancing faster than what they can keep up with. I'm dead serious. That's the reason why they talk about the PlayStation 6. And I guarantee you, once they even show you an image of the PlayStation 6, they'll be talking about the PlayStation 7. Then you're gonna be like, dude, this console hasn't even come out yet. What the fuck you talking about? Guarantee you. Now, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But yo, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. I mean, a long time ago, me and my friend did told ourselves that stop making these consoles like phones, like iPhones. And guess what? That's what they're trying to do. All these updates that you get for PlayStation sometimes, and then all of a sudden your PlayStation gets fucked up for no reason. Yeah, Sony does that on purpose. Me, my friend, and my brother-in-law, all three of us talked about that. He literally, my brother-in-law was literally like, you know what? I think they're updating PlayStation and fucking it up on purpose for us to get the PS5. And I was like, thank you. I thought of the same shit. I thought of the same shit. I did. I thought of the same shit. And it's not conspiracy. Because look, there's a difference between the truth and conspiracy. A conspiracy is trying to hide something. So you just straight up, so you just flat out put lies. That's a conspiracy. The conspiracy is the lies. And a lot of people don't seem to get that sometimes. Seriously. A lot of people don't seem to get that. But other is there more that I got to talk about for my channel that I want to do? Um Usually, I mean, there's not really. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I still haven't done that. The Frankenstein conquers the world. Um, I, um, I, what is it? Orochi, the eight-headed dragon. Sorry, I had to look at it. And Godzilla and Mothra. Godzilla. I mean, King, Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, all monsters are attack. Those movies, I still haven't done a live stream about it yet. I will soon because that's the one thing I want to do. I want to watch movies with you guys and live stream it. Like I won't show it. I will have headphones and all that, and I will talk over it. But other than that, that's what I want to do. I want to do that in the future también. If you guys enjoy it, down do more of it. You know, if you can watch along with me, oh hell yeah, we could do that also. Live stream and be like, yo guys, if you got this movie, crank it in, you know, and then we can watch it together. That's a it sounds fun. I just want to do something fun for my subscribers, something fun that you guys can react with me live to watch something real quick, you know. So I was even thinking about probably reacting to some of the X File episodes. Does that sound fun? I bet anyone that's like, yeah, for the X Files, because I'm a big X Files fan. I love the X Files. I love that show to death. In the beginning of the season, they literally tell you all of the stuff that you see in X Files is real. It's real. Some people might think, oh yeah, whatever, dude. They literally tell you in the first season, when the first episode airs. Don't be stupid. Seriously. Seriously. They literally telling you, and people haven't caught on. I'm just like, what's wrong with you people? What do you think there's a fan base of this shit? Because they know it's true. They're not stupid. People that are a fan of the X Files know this shit is true. I'm sorry, I'll say this right now. You can't be a fan of the X Files if you know deep down that that shit is true. I'm sorry. You cannot be a fan of the X Files if you literally deep down you know that's true. Because if you watch it and you be like, oh, that shit's fake, then why are you watching it? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. These are real FBI slash X Files investigations. It's just like they put characters in there to make a story around it, like a Mulder and Scully. That's really it. But what they're telling you really did happen in the FBI. All right, the shit that they're showing you really truly does happen. Ooh, man, seriously. And a lot of people still look at this for entertainment, and I'm like, guys, at this point, you should. It's 2023. You should not look at movies and video games as entertainment. Take them in and know what they are. But that's a different story for another day. So, I'm just trying to think of anything for this channel. Obviously, I got a movie marathon that I want to do. Would be awesome to do. And I know you guys would love to see it. I'm just looking around my room just to see what I can actually do. Maybe one day I can actually live stream Howard the Duck. Because I'm looking at Howard the Duck, the figure right here. And I feel like this guy needs justice. And the thing is, too, I've been noticing also that Howard the Duck, like the original Howard the Duck, is getting more of a cult following. Which he deserves. Because there's already rumors that they're going to make a movie of him. So, and I hope it's live action. Look, I know the CGI on Howard is probably not my cup of tea. I would love to have a person in a suit. That's always my preference. That's one of the reasons why I haven't watched the new Power Rangers. Yeah, there's a new Power Rangers movie, and if you watch it, please don't spoil it for me. I haven't watched it. I haven't watched the trailer, to be quite honest. I just knew it exists and it's on Netflix, and I'm just like, I watch it later. You know, because what I heard about the kaiju fights, basically, they're CGI, and I'm like, come on, you is it really? You're spending more money on CGI than you could just spend money on a fucking suit and put a guy in it. You're spending less money doing that than just putting fucking CGI shit on the screen. Because they have to be detailed as fuck. Kind of like what you see in Godzilla vs. King Kong. If you do shit like that, then that's fine. But if you're not going to do shit like that, then don't do it at all. Don't do it at all. It's the same thing when you see the new Devil May Cry 5. Look at those graphics. Square Enix is supposed to make graphics like that, and they're not. That's why I have a problem with Square Enix nowadays. They have they have they have the opportunity to make graphics like that and make a world to literally tell people, yes, we can make an open world with graphics that look like, oh my god, like a movie or something like that. Or you can see the pores or some shit like that. That's why, man. When I know Square Enix can do that shit, and when other game developers proved that proof and tell Square Enix that they can do it, Square Enix just looks at it and be like, no, we want to do something else. So the mindless button mashing, that's fun. I don't even do that in Kingdom Hearts. At least well, maybe in Kingdom Hearts 1, because really the magic in that game, you're really not going to use all that much. I mean, you could use it. It kind of reminds me of Mario, with the power ups. You don't have to use the power ups, but if you do, it's a little one up when you defeat the enemies with it. It's like that. It's not like a I mean, there was a difference between having a game using your abilities to go through the game and having the game being like, oh, you don't have to do that, because the Mario games is obviously different from like Final Fantasy games, or Shimigami games, because Shimigami games have always used um elements to take down the enemy. Because if you're not going to do that, well, guess what? You're not going to do nothing at all. That's why I love the Shimigami series, because it's like you need to work on their weakness. If you don't, you're not going to kill them faster the way that you want to, idiot. Oh, why is this battle taking long? Maybe because you're not using his weakness. You'd be surprised when you use a weakness on a villain, especially in the Shimigami games. You take chunks of health out of them. One of the reasons why the game recommends you doing it. You know. So let me put Howard back here. So look at that. You know. I just hope Leah Thompson, new Howard the Duck movie, give her give her it. If she has experience of writing really good shit, then let her do it. Let her do it. I don't see the problem with it. For her of doing it. Now, what would I ask you this? What would you prefer? A Howard the Duck live action like Guardians of the Galaxy, or an animated style of Howard the Duck? And no, not 3D CGI. I'm talking about 2D animation. Okay? Because that's why I envision for Howard the Duck. I don't envision 3D animation like we saw in What If. I don't imagine that for Howard the Duck. I don't. I don't. Not to say he didn't look good there. It's just that I do not imagine a movie of Howard the Duck being like that. I don't. I just don't. Because to me, at that point, you're lazy. You're lazy. You're lazy. You're lazy. You're lazy. I'm sorry. I'm going to say that right now. Ooh, why would you say that? Be- because I know, all I know what Disney is just going to do is grab the model from What If and then use it for the rest of the movie. Instead of touching it up, making it better to make it look proper for that movie. Because you guys don't understand, How the Duck is not for kids. And I hope Disney realized that shit. Don't Disney up Howard the Duck. Don't censor Howard the Duck. Don't. Howard the Duck is supposed to be really fucking mature. Okay? It's only for adults only. Okay? That's why I keep telling myself. That's why they haven't done any of these fucking what is it? M rating MCU stuff. Look at Blade. If Blade, how are they gonna make a new Blade movie? If Blade doesn't, if Blade is not rated R or doesn't have blood, they have no hope for Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck is supposed to be rated R. It's supposed to be rated R. most people be like, yeah, but the original wasn't like that. Yeah, you're right. But the original took a lot of inspiration from the comic book, meaning a lot of adult shit. Because it's supposed to be that. It's more adult than kids. For crying out loud, you have a panel of Howard the Duck naked. You don't see anything, but he's naked. And you see his sexy wife in bed naked too. And he's about to fuck her with a cigarette in his mouth. You can't you can't censor that. Why will you censor that? That's everything that's everything what these characters are. And Howard the Duck lives in a world that has that has dragons, monsters, warriors. He lives in that world. He doesn't live in a duck world. He doesn't. He doesn't. That's why I want a proper Howard the Duck from the comic books, man. Don't do it. Don't look at the movie and be like, yeah, let's do that. No, no, no. Look. I love the original Howard the Duck. Always will, always have. But we already have that version of Howard the Duck. Give us another version. Give us a proper version that's closer to the comic book. That's it. That's all I'm asking. Because if you're gonna do this, because if you're gonna do the whole thing of like, oh, he lives in the duck world, I could just watch the original. What's the fucking point? Oh, but the modern takes of how the duck have him in a duck world. Yeah, and that doesn't work either. I don't care about that. I really don't. I don't. I really don't. Why do you think some people, not a lot of people, but why do you think some people don't care for the modern Howard the Duck? Not the old Howard, the modern Howard. Because they changed so much of him that it's just like, no one doesn't care. No one doesn't care. Oh, but it's for the new readers. Well, oh, so you're just neglecting the old readers that literally made this character popular? That's why I have a problem with Disney with this shit. What the fuck's wrong with you? You literally are hand gifted money, and you looking at it and you want to Disneyfy it, or you look at it and be like, nah, we want to put something that will make it better for our eyes. Was this a Lilo and Stitch scenario? Yeah, if you didn't know, the original Lilo and Stitch was not in house. It was in Florida. It wasn't in LA. And when Disney caught wind of some of the stuff they were doing in that movie, they did not like it at all whatsoever. But they did respect why the team had to do it. So there is something of that. But the thing is, that mindset that they still have of like, no, you can't do that shit is bullshit. Let you hired these people to make something. Let them make it. If you're gonna literally handcuff them, look, there's a difference of being like, okay, maybe you can't do that because we still like a family product. But at the same time, guys, you are trying to look. At the same time, the children that grew up watching Disney are now adults. You could still look. I'm not saying you can't still cater to the kids. You've always been doing that, and you always will. And there's tons of shit for kids already. Just make shit for adults now. Look at the Avengers. Look at the MCU when it first came out. Do you think that was really for kids? Yeah, kids could watch it and shit like that, but it was really for the teenagers and the adults. Hollywood wanted to prove that teenagers and the adults that they can do it. It's the same thing with the Mario movie. Even though originally the Mario movie was going to be fucked up until Nintendo came in. Watch that video if you haven't watched it. But yo, that's why I said there's a renaissance happening, and a lot of people don't see it. A lot of people don't see it. Some people do. Some people don't understand it. But there's some people that will be like, yeah, dude, whatever. It's just a good movie. I'm like, you don't. The Mario movie made so much money just in America alone. Today, today, the 28th of April, it's finally released. I'm telling my friend that, and my friend was like, I thought it was worldwide. I thought it was too. But it made that much money only in America. That just shows how much people are sick and tired of Hollywood's bullshit. That's why the whole Mario movie is getting praised like a motherfucker. And it took the Super Mario. Listen to my mouth. It took the Super Mario Brothers movie to literally change everything. The Super Mario Brothers movie from 2023 had to be the ripple effect for Hollywood. Think about that for a minute. No, no, think about that. A video game movie smacked Disney in the face, smacked Hollywood in the face, and smacked the critics in the face. To be quite honest, all I have to say is peaches, 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 peaches. Seriously. Because, seriously, Nintendo, pat yourself on the back. Seriously. I guarantee you, Nintendo has made more money with this than any other video game that they made. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. Guarantee you. I guarantee you, some of the higher ups of Nintendo are being like, we making more money of this than we do in video games. We have a new area. We have a new area of product, boys. Seriously, don't be surprised if Nintendo is just going to be all in with this movie shit now. Don't be surprised. You know. So if we ever get a Metroid movie or a Legend of Zelda movie, I wouldn't mind if it was a CGI movie, but I'd be more curious if it was live action. Most people are like, yeah, but if we get a Smash Brothers movie, how would that translate to how would we translate the live action characters to animation? I'm like, just put them in animation. Doesn't matter. The whole story of Super Mario, of not Super Mario, but the whole story of Super Smash Brothers is that there's a kid that's playing with his plushies. So what the story could be almost related to the Lego movie. You know, it could be like, hey, there's this kid instead of an adult. It could be a kid that's literally playing all these plushies of Super Smash Brothers mainly because he's been watching the Super Mario Brothers movie, the Legend of Zelda movie, the Metroid movie, the Sonic movie. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm talking about? Yeah, you see shit like that. I think they're gonna do that. I won't be surprised if they do that. It makes sense. It does. It writes itself. It writes itself. It does. When you think of a Super Smash Brothers movie, it kind of writes itself. It does. Because the characters are not they're not really fighting each other. They're plushies. They're toys. They're toys. Are they gonna tell a story about that? They should. But I think people will kind of be disappointed at that and be like, no, I want these characters to be the real characters, not just toys. But that's what the story of Smash Brothers is, guys. Mario and Luigi are not really kicking their ass. That's one of the reasons why Nintendo didn't want to put the Nintendo characters in a fighting game until the guy that created Smash Brothers was like, they're toys, they're plushies. Nintendo was just like, okay, yeah, they were like, all right, fine. Can you believe that? Still to this day, the Smash Brothers characters are just all toys. That's why they always have figurines and stuff like that. But they're really plushies at the end of the day. They're not really figurines. They're plushies. In future games, they like to make them as figurines, like like Brawl, Melee, and obviously the newest one, Ultima. But I'll just make them as plushies, you know. But knowing how Nintendo is, we'd be like, hey, we have all these amiibos. Why not use them? And I'm just going to be like, okay, fine. You're going to use these amiibos to be like, oh, they're the toys that a kid is playing with. And I'm just going to be like, I don't know, because I see the amiibos more as a collectible than just a fucking toy. Just have a plushie. Why is it so hard to have plushies? I have a fucking Donkey Kong plushie. I have a fucking, I have the Devil from Cuphead plushie, and Mugman and Cuphead plushie. I probably can have literally these two fight right now, Super Smash Bros. Style. You know, so you guys can do it. You guys can do it. I don't know why it's so hard just to be like, oh no, no, no. It's just weird. If you're doing a Smash Brothers movie in the future, which most likely you will, that would be like the Avengers type shit. But again, going back in a spiritual enlightenment way, I'm gonna have to be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see it. Hell, to be honest, I don't even see the new Godzilla and Kong happening. Now, if it does happen, if it does come out, the world will be so different that people are going to question why the fuck are they pushing these movies and video games when there's something happening all around us right now? And then that's when people finally find out the government doesn't care. They just want you to be distracted from all the shit that's happening around you. And that's why. Because look, the reason I gotta be honest with you guys, I do. Because if I'm not honest with you, I'm not honest with myself. Because I know deeply, deeply, I know that this shit is not gonna. Some of this stuff that we've been promoted, that I mean, that's been promoted that we've been seeing, we might not even see it. I've talked about that before, and yes, it has come out, but it has gotten to the point now that it's just like, what's the point anymore, man? I'm literally doing what I have to do, and then when the time does come for shit to happen on this planet, then what's the point of paying bills? What's the point of driving a car? What's the point of all of this shit? What's the point of going to school? Like, literally, think about this, guys. If all of a sudden beings, not wicked ones, just beings that belong on this planet, break into this realm and flood themselves in because they belong here, and the news is not talking about it, but yet they're promoting, oh, you should go to work, you should get this money, you should go to school. The average person that's looking at all that shit is going to be like, dude, fuck you. You're not talking about this. Fuck you. I'm paying attention to what the fuck is going on up there. And if you're a religious person, look, you might not want to hear this from me, but your churches are going to close permanently. There's a reason for that. Okay? And your schools are going to be gone too. Oh, that's a threat. No, it's not, dude. It's not. It's not. It's not. Your government knows it's not going to be around for that long. They're not telling you. They're not telling you. Why do you think they're trying to be prepared with this AI bullshit if you haven't figured it out? The whole point of this AI stuff is the whole point is literally that these government people are dying, so they need to leave something behind so you could be still in a mindset of blindness of you not knowing what's going on, of you not being conscious, basically. That's what the goal of the government is, and they're very close to that. Very, because they know what time it is, and they don't have much time in this planet. They know they're gonna be they know they're gonna be perish. The wicked ones. The wicked ones that have done sex trafficking, have done disgusting stuff to children. These people are not gonna be in this planet anymore. They're not. Their time is up. I'm not a religious person either, but but you religious people should know that this is real, right? There's just a lot of stuff, man. Again, I don't want to get into it deeply because I know YouTube does not like me talking about it, especially on this channel. They don't even like me talking about their own species because I tried to talk about that and the video couldn't even fucking be uploaded. They turned off that shit. So you tell me, I'm not lying. You can look at my face and you know I'm not lying. Especially if you've been in this channel since the beginning. And those of you that's been in this channel since the beginning, I appreciate you guys so fucking much. You have no fucking idea. Hold on. I'm sorry. Little. My nose. Anyways, sorry about that. But I appreciate you guys so much. I do. The ones that have been here since day one, thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my life. Thank you for watching a lot of a lot of stuff that I put out, you don't have to watch it, but the fact that you do tells me that, you like my stuff, and you find some stuff informative and entertaining, but hopefully informative, right? Especially informative, because I just want people to think sometimes. Um, because people need to grow. People need to grow. Seriously, people need to grow. And if people don't grow, they die off. That's the thing. Even nature knows this. Nature is evolving herself, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of people don't want to admit it. All right. So another thing that we could do on this channel, guys, is maybe wrestling reacting to stuff one day. Maybe our if we get to it, we get to it. If not, if not. Because I'm planning to do maybe a live stream on SummerSlam. Most people are like, oh, Poppy could do Backlash because it takes place in Puerto Rico. What are you trying to say? Racist? No. I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. But who knows? I might do that. But right now, Backlash is not looking too fond for me. I did want to watch Backlash because it is going to take place in Puerto Rico, and WWE hasn't been in Puerto Rico since 2005. 2005, think about that. WWE hasn't been in Puerto Rico since 2005. Their last pay per view that they were there in 2005 was called New Year's Revolution. They should bring that pay per view back. I always feel like they should bring that pay per view back before the Royal Rumble. Because it makes sense. New Year's Revolution. Then the next year. Then the next year, the Royal Rumble. Take out the Elimination Chamber. I don't know. That's always been me. That's take out the name Elimination Chamber, keep New Year's Revolution, and keep the chamber part of New Year's Revolution. Kind of like what you did in the past. You did that before. Why won't you do it again? It made sense. Not to say you shouldn't. Look, I've always been up and down with the Elimination Chamber because I'm just like these superstars should not kill each other. These superstars should not kill themselves more just for a spot at WrestleMania. Just saying. Just saying. Because that's what basically you're telling these superstars. Oh, kill yourself more so you can point at the sign that says Mania. That's stupid. That's stupid. And at that point, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not going to die for this shit. Bye. There's a difference when you want to get the crowd going, and there's a difference when these motherfuckers just want you to get hurt. There's a difference. There's a huge difference. All right, seriously. Because if someone's trying to do everything in their power for you to get hurt, and you can notice it, and if they're trying to gaslight you, motherfucker, just leave. Just leave. That's what CM Punk did. Seriously. But man, ooh man, if I can, I did had it, then gave it away. I should have probably never given it away, but I was going to talk about me reacting to what is it, Godzilla and Khan, not the remake, the original. I'd love to like live stream the a movie and then talk with it and shit like that. So, and who knows, maybe if the original King Kong movie, I can actually upload that shit because it's public domain. So I could upload the original King Kong movie here and talk about it straight through, and I won't get no copyright claims at all. I know this because I did a review of King Kong 1933 a long time ago, and I had no copyright claims from it. And I thought I was going to. I heavily edited it to the point that I made sure that I didn't have to get no copyright on it. But I forgot that the movie was public domain, meaning I could have never got no copyright to begin with. I didn't know it until literally I uploaded it. I'm like, wait a minute, this is public domain. What the fuck am I doing? because there was a T-Rex fight that didn't show because I had it filmed, but I never put it in the video, which I was so disappointed about it. Um, there was a longer version of it. So other than that, um, I do want to talk about the Looney Tunes stuff when I'm done with the Looney Tunes collection. I'm in the last disc of it. So, but there's so many stuff in there, like commentaries and all that stuff. I haven't even got to those stuff, because they're long, very long. Um, so I will have to do that in a separate day and maybe talk about them in a separate day. So there's that. And I made a portrait. You guys have seen it in my community channel. If you my community page. If you haven't, I'll show you it right now. This right here. This picture right here. This drawing that I made is basically me in a 1930s and 40s Looney Tunes cartoon. You know, I know some people be like, oh, so they're, probably, I know people might point out the racist stereotype in this picture, which would make sense because I am a carbon being. So that's what they will depict us as, that, basically. There's a whole thing that goes to that too. Basically, if I get into that, I know some people might be like, oh, but it's a really interesting fact about a lot of this stuff. Um, I'm going to end the video soon, but I'll mention this about quick with the Metro stuff since I'm mentioning the Looney Tunes and shit like that. The Metro, the Metro shows that you had white people wearing blackface and stuff like that. They were obviously mocking, the carbon people and shit like that. But obviously they want to be like them because there was a brother that was wearing blackface too around that time. Think about that. A carbon person off in wearing also blackface. What? But I know some people might not like what I have to say right here, but blackface is basically clown face. That's what basically it is. Dude, what the fuck? But if you look at ancient, no, 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 they would have this black lips and everything here white like a clown. Why I made that the name for my channel here. But I figured that out a long time ago in a spiritual enlightenment way, and I'm just like, yo, that's how I know I am the sacred clown. I am the CHUCKY, in a spiritual way. So drawing this in a higher knowledge, I just know what it is, you know. So I know some people might look at it as offensive and all that stuff, but me, I don't look at it as offensive because sometimes when you look at it in Warner Brothers, Disney, they in Warner Brothers, it's funny. I've noticed this with Warner Brothers. When they depict us like this, sometimes they make us look like a dumbass. Sometimes, other times they don't, and I'm like, okay, that's something because Disney has always pushed down this every mix. Sometimes they make fun of it. Other times they're like, no, man, we gotta pay respect to the culture here, you know. Some of them understand and overstand why they had to. Look at the short what is it Snow White in the Sabine dwarves. That short was looked fondly back in the day, but now some people look at that short as offensive. I look at that short and I'm like, I'm not offended by it. The whole short, that the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs for like white men, basically, to like eventually go to war and everything like that, and eventually make babies after the war and shit like that. That's what that short was. Was it still making fun of us? Yeah, where they had those little dwarves with the big lips. And the thing is, some of us have big lips anyways. Some of us even depict us. Some of us had statues of busts of our heads with big lips anyways. So when I saw that stuff online, you can look it up online. You can look it up online. And when I saw that, I even made a YouTube video about it here. If you want me to show you it, I'll show you it. But it's literally on this channel. But when I saw that, I was just like, okay, this is how they do it. They see statues of us with how we depict ourselves, and they look at it and they'll be like, okay, let's do that and make it more exaggerated, and then people can get offended by it. Look, I'll tell you this one thing. Would you get offended with this art style if no one didn't tell you that they got offended by it? It's almost like saying fuck you, like saying the cross word. Because these cross, what they say crosswords back in the day, on like fuck you, piece of shit, and all that, me saying that, these are not crosswords. These are just words. It's just people eventually started using them a lot to offend people, then it became bad. You see? It's the same thing. It's the same thing with this. It's the same thing with that. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. Because in the original state of what these motherfuckers call blackface, in the original state, it's literally a heyonka, a sacred clown. That's what it is. They just make fun of it, and they be like, "This is how you're supposed to act. You're not supposed to act holy or like a Superman, for example. You're not supposed to act smart. You're supposed to act stupid, which is like fuck you, you know." So that's why I point out with some of the Warner Brothers stuff, because some of them are actually, some of them, when they depict us like that, they make them smart. Not all of them, like Green Pasture or Clean Pasture, actually. When you have one of the angels be like, yeah, blah, blah, oh, we gotta do that. You know, like I'm just like, oh God. But other than that, they were showing a lot of stuff in that one, a lot of troops in that one. But yeah, I'm not saying that there's some stuff there that you'd be like, oh God, for crying out loud. What is it? The short that, yeah. And the thing is too, I don't want to get to that. I don't even want to get to that. Anyways, that's it, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to tell more about this picture, obviously you could tell the yellowish, the Looney Tune-ish signs, the circle, and then you have the dynamite here, then the anvil right here, and then the little horseshoe here, little magnet right there. So then it says that's all, folks, right here. So yeah, I like the way I made this because I took my time with it, and I realized what these animators had to do to make the facial features and everything like that. So there is that if you want to know how the art style is and shit like that. So that's really it. And technically, that art style still exists. I know some people might get offended with that art style, but that art style still exists. It's called Goofy and Mickey Mouse. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. All right? Seriously, those are the same designs. It's nothing different. That's why when people get offended of this design, I'm just like, then get rid of Mickey Mouse and Goofy because that's what they are. That's what they are. They've always been that way. Even I think there's even a long time ago there was an executive at Disney a long time ago that literally said that, yeah, Goofy is a so-called black person. Was inspired by a so-called black person. You can tell. Big shoes, tall dude, like a basketball player. And you know how they always depict Goofy like that. Not all the time, sometimes. But why do you think they call him? We can't be playing with this shit anymore. So that's just an update on me, update on my channel. Some of the stuff maybe you guys will look forward to in the future. Take care, guys. Be safe, and watch yourselves. Because not that long ago, um, I almost got stabbed by my brother-in-law. Um, Obviously, I'm already dealing with that, so nothing happened to me. I'm fine. I'm fine. Um, if it did, I'll be in the hospital right now, but I'm not. So I know some of my family members freaked out and shit like that, and I'm just looking at them like, You guys are freak. It's like, why you guys are freaking the fuck out, and I'm the one that went through it, and I'm over here calm as shit. Seriously. Oh, it's hilarious. But don't worry, he's getting his karma. He is. He's getting his karma. So I'll see you guys later, and be safe. All right.